Warren Buffett just bought 5 Japanese stocks. Let's take a look. So here's the headline. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway buys stakes in Japan's 5 leading trading companies. This was published Sunday, August 30th, 2020 at 7:41, 4 hours before I recorded this video. So this is essentially breaking news right now. Breaking news. Warren Buffett buys Japan's 5 leading trading companies. So what is a trading company? What do they do? How do they make money? So Japan's trading companies import everything from energy, metals, to food and textiles into what is a resource-scarce Japan. So Japan, the way their geography works, the way their natural resources ended up, they don't have very many resources. So Japan is a high population with not a lot of natural resources to work with. So they've been resourceful. They find ways to outsource their natural resources. They get them from mainland Asia or from the United States or Australia and bring them into Japan. So these trading companies operate from the ports and bring those materials into the mainland of Japan. So they also will provide services to manufacturers. These are various operations that we don't really need to get into because it's not the core of their business, actually. It's really the importing and transportation and storage of these raw materials and finished products at some points of the supply chain. So they're involved in the supply chain, essentially. So what are these companies that he just purchased? So I know I'm going to butcher this, and you can make fun of me in the comments for my terrible pronunciation of the Japanese names. Itochu Corp, Marubeni Corp, Mitsubishi Corp, Mitsui Corp, and Sumitomo Corp. Hopefully I wasn't too bad if you're Japanese and that's your native language. I apologize for that butchering there. So he built up a 5% position in each of these companies. So 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, you get it. In each of these companies over the course of approximately 12 months, the article said, and in total, the position size of all these companies was $6.25 billion. So this is a fairly big bet. Even for Warren Buffett, this is getting on the bigger side. He does have a lot of cash, but this is still a fairly large bet. So why would he buy into all 5 of the Japanese trading companies? That's a good question, which we're going to get into right now. So I am delighted. This is a Berkshire Hathaway Warren Buffett quote. I am delighted to have the Berkshire Hathaway participate in the future of Japan and the 5 companies we have chosen for investment. I hope that in the future there may be opportunities of mutual benefit. So most of this quote is just like, okay, this makes sense. Okay, yeah, he's happy for his investments. But then, this is what sticks out here at the end. I hope that in the future there may be opportunities of mutual benefit. So if you don't know already, these trading companies actually have to have operations all around the world, essentially. They need to have good relationships because they're importing things from all across the world. And who is a big businessman and owns things in America and wants to export them to the rest of the world? Berkshire Hathaway does. So I'm thinking that Berkshire Hathaway wants to capitalize on their relationship with these trading companies to infiltrate the Japanese market. So this gets into my why. So what is the opportunity here? Why does Warren Buffett want to go into Japan right now? Well, if we go back here, we see that they help import everything from energy and metals to food and textiles. So we know that Warren Buffett has a huge presence in the energy market. He has the railroad to transport the energy, has pipelines to transport the energy. He owns some natural gas and oil resources, and he owns just a lot of other things as well. Think about the benefit for Warren Buffett if he has really good relationships with these 5 companies, with these 5 trading companies, and he can get all of his products into mainland Japan seamlessly, maybe even at a discount because he is a partner almost in these companies. So why is Warren Buffett doing this? It's to get into the Japanese market. This is really interesting because it wasn't just recently that Warren Buffett actually turned 90 years old. So even at 90 years old, Warren Buffett, the greatest businessman of all time, the greatest value investor of all time, is moving into new markets. He's trying to expand market share. He's just on for conquest. And I think this is a good life lesson because this really tells you, hey, even if you're 90 years old, you can still be improving. You can move into Japan even when you're 90. You can try something new. I think this is really interesting, and this is going to tell a lot about the future for Berkshire Hathaway. I think it's going to be a bright one. I think they're going to have a good opportunity to capitalize on this new Japanese market. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think Berkshire Hathaway will capitalize on the new Japanese market that he's entering into, or do you think it'll fall flat on its face? You tell me. I don't have all the answers. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. Give a like if you liked it, or a dislike if you think I'm full of it. Thanks.